runs cold. We take our loot but don't get old. Take our loot, but don't get old.
Twitch chat Wardog message over. Welcome back, guys, to day 2 of our Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires Aranessa Saltspite roleplay campaign. That's a lot of words, but that's what we're doing. Let me get you guys onto a live scene. Alrighty, what we got going on in the chat right now? Mike talking about identity. Let me know how that is, Mike, because it sounds similar to another game that I saw, but it turned out that one was a total scam, so I'm a little bit apprehensive. Ryan coming in with a tier 1 sub. Thank you for that, Ryan. Welcome to the continued membership of the Wolfpack. 5 months there for Ryan, guys. 5 months in the Wolfpack. Thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate that. So essentially EVE Online. Yeah, a little bit. Alright, let's do a very brief recap. We are on turn 25 after our first day of Aranessa. And basically we have been torturing the poor people of Tilea. We are besieging Tilea? Yes, I believe we are. I don't think that these beastmen here... Yeah, they're raiding. We're besieging. So we're besieging Miragliano right now. With, of course, Sergeant Civilis, Sons Gunnery White, and Pete the Wanderer, who is, of course, Mike's Mongol Haunter. And those are our only sponsored characters. Don't forget, guys, exclamation mark, join me WH will give you what you can do. Subs, Wolfpack members can sponsor a lord or hero, and anybody who is a follower can name a regiment. So far we've got 3 named regiments, all of them in the main army. We have Mr. Crab's children, named by Imhotep. We have the Sartosa Hellhounds, also named by Mike. And then we have Jeff Bastard and Friends, named by It's Me the Wonk last week. So we've got 3 named regiments. We need some more actual towns other than Sartosa, says Imhotep. You do need to get you a character, Ryan. So, we should have ended at the end of the turn, or saved at the end of the turn, so we'll proceed on to turn 26 and let's see what we get. Refugio Amaro, of course, the man, the myth, the tortured soul by Pete the Wanderer. Any interesting characters afoot that you can sponsor, Ryan? So far, we don't have any other lords or heroes on the map, but we could recruit a hero at the very least. If you were wanting one, I can have a look at what kind of heroes we can recruit. We go down to Sartosa. So, the lords, we've got Essentially, the lords are all vampire captains, vampire fleet admirals, either of different types: vampires, deeps, and death. I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between them all. So we can recruit them. Those are the ones that are basically generals. Or you can have a hero. We can recruit vampire fleet captains, which are the heroes, don't forget, can go in your army, but they're also independent agents that run around the map. So we can have vampire fleet captains from vampires, death, and deeps as well. We cannot recruit Morngul Haunters yet, and we can also recruit additional Gunnery Wights, although we've reached our cap on those. So vampires is about where we're at right now, Ryan, but you can always hold off and see what we get.
Bloody your cutlasses!
If there's something specific you want, I'll try and aim towards unlocking it. What do the vampire folks do? Well, I'm not 100% familiar with them either, Ryan. Basically, the vampire fleet captains are like they are independent agents. They can join armies, but they're not generals. They don't lead an army. And the vampire fleet admirals are your extra generals, like Aranessa. Basically, they would be in charge of an army. And I don't know what the schools are. I hesitate to call them schools, but yeah, it doesn't really define the difference between... I think the difference is down here. If you look, like, they get different skills basically depending on their school. It looks to me as if they are all the same sort of flavor text. I'm going to take a look at how our siege up here is going. Rema Silipi is in charge of the garrison here.
Salt and blood. We fight.
Yeah, we look to be doing okay, so we'll just keep besieging. Yeah, you can also name a regiment, Ryan, as since you are also a follower. We'll just proceed ahead another turn, I think. Lots and lots of AI races in the early game of a Mortal Empires campaign, but they have CA have actually sped the end turn times up. They've optimized them. When Mortal Empires first came out, it used to take forever to see one of those go by.
I never miss.
Grim tidings. The tides seem uneasy and force us off course. Could this be a warning from Manan? This would not be the first time he has guided us out of danger. Should we continue our course or take heed? Manan, of course, the sea god, who Aranessa believes she is the daughter of, which is probably why this says dutiful daughter. What do we think, guys? Imhotep saying full sail ahead. Ten turns of extra experience gained. Or actually, experience just gained per turn. That's nice. What do we think? Dutiful Daughter lowers his campaign movement range but improves physical resistance. This costs us casualty replenishment and gives us winded in battle for 10 turns, but basically levels our units up passively. Doomsday's saying full sail. Imhotep's now saying pirate's life. And Mike is saying reef the mainsail. Oh wait, full sail and pirate's life are the same thing. Never mind. Imhotep hasn't changed his mind. Well, so far, Imhotep and Doomsday are winning this with full sail. We're going to give it to Imhotep and Doomsday, I think. We'll let the numbers call it. Son, Sergeant Civilis has leveled up, but Son's not here, so we are going to ignore that. And we'll proceed onwards again. Carcassonne and Bordelot negotiated an alliance. Two Bretonian dukedoms there. Goro's Deathmaker. Some of the names in Warhammer are absolutely legendary.
Get them!
Okay. How are we doing in Sartosa? Can we not afford to build anything yet? Nope, doesn't look like we can. So we just have to wait on that one. And our Smuggler's Cove in Lucchini is fine. We'll just get a few more of these turns out of the way, try and get this siege on the road. We have of course got the valuable Veterans Quarter Strength mod, so the experience that our units are gaining should be making them stronger if it's gaining them some ranks. Which would be nice. The Disappeared. The populace in one of your settlements is gradually vanishing. On certain nights, whole ghettos or districts are left abandoned. The only clue for the remaining denizens is a triangular symbol daubed on a nearby gate or wall. Negative growth for 3 turns in Sartosa. That's not good.
The tides rise. To battle!
How are we doing here? 9 turns before surrender. Are they... They're not yet taking damage. 4 turns until they start taking damage. Good lord. Alright. We'll proceed on. There's not really anything we can do apart from besiege this settlement.
Call me mermaid. I dare you.
Okay. Bordelot offering peace for 600 gold. What do we think, guys? Bordelot are, of course, up in Bretonia, which is quite a distance away. Think I might pick an agent if you don't mind recruiting a new one. I absolutely don't, Ryan. We've got stack loads of cash. So I think it'll be one of the Vampire Fleet captains, because we can't recruit Mongol Haunters yet, and we've reached our limit of gunnery whites. If we're not about to fight them immediately, free money. Yep. That kind of continues the policy that Son was implementing 2 weeks ago, which was basically, if they're paying us, just take the money. We can always attack them again later. So I think we'll take the free money.
Salt and blood. We fight!
Trade agreement dissolved with Clan Scryer.
Show no mercy!
Ryan, did you want to have a look at the heroes? Again, they're all going to be Vampire Fleet captains, but there's different types. There's ones that are Vampire Fleet Captain of the Vampires, Vampire Fleet Captains of Death, and Vampire Fleet Captains of the Deeps. I don't think there's a massive difference between them. It does seem to be about their skills. Where does the change happen? So the vampires ones has Curse of the Undeath, which resurrects dead combatants, heals injured before resurrecting, greatly replenishes hit points of combatants. That seems to be a regeneration spell. I think they all have the hunger. They also have the Drowned Dead, which can summon an additional unit of zombie pirate deckhands, which are good at defending the spellcaster themselves, but the summoned unit will degrade over time. Invocation of Nehek, which appears to be another replenishing spell, resurrection spell. Dance Macabre is a augment for your attack and stuff. Gaze of Nagash, magical missile. A Curse of Years, that's an area hex. Wind of Death is a magical damage wind, and then they have Taunt. The Death Captains okay, so they have life leeching, which has improved something power recharge rate, not really sure what. But they also have Aspect of the Dread Knight, which gives them leadership and can cause terror. Spirit Leech, which is a direct damage spell. Doom and Darkness, which is an enemy leadership debuff hex. Soul Blight, which lowers enemy armor and weapon damage. The Purple Sun of Sirius, which is a vortex. The Fate of Buna, which is direct damage, and they also have Taunt. And then the Wands of the Deeps, damage to combatants, magical damage, augments accuracy, summons a unit of Rotting Prometheans, Hex for leadership and melee attack, Vangeist Revenge, magical damage. They seem to be more or less like they all do have Taunt, and they all have like magical attacks, but as best as I can tell, the Deeps one is more of a support, as in buffs accuracy and stuff. The Death Captain is more of a damage dealer, and the Vampires Captain is more of a sort of healer and regen captain. I'll go of the Deeps just because we're pirates. I looked into the Mongol and they sound fun, but I can swap to one of those if and when we make them available. Yeah, of course. So of the Deeps Captains, we have 2, and I think they may both be female. If that's a thing, if you're bothered, you can rename them anyway, but at the minute they're called Lottie Bootsnatcher and Anne Drakenfort, sorry. Lottie, and this is the real sort of trade-off, is they have traits, they have a trait each. So Lottie is Confident, which gives +4 leadership to all units in her army, if she's in one. And Anne has Perceptive, which gives a 15% chance that a magical item will be dropped, and 10% extra campaign line of sight. I'll go through the others just for the traits. Of the Death Captains, Emily Cox has Determined, which means she's immune to psychology, so she can't be feared or terrored. She gives, or has, +3 leadership. And Lottie Rains has Mastered the Black Arts, which lowers the miscast base chance for all spellcasters in the local region, so less likely for others to miscast their spells. And then of the Vampire Fleet Captains, in the Vampires tree, Maddie Lowe has Dark Majesty, which gives her a bigger leadership aura size and increases her leadership aura's leadership effect by +3. And Jessie Verdish, I think these are all female. Fleet-footed. Speed and combat penalties caused by terrain are ignored by this unit because she's a strider and she's 20% faster than everybody else as well. I'll go for Anne Drakenfort. Perceptive. Excellent.
Fleet captain, report.
Alright. Does Anne Drakenfort need renaming, Ryan?
For war and plunder.
Or is she going to continue to be called Anne Drakenfort? Just because it's the only female pirate I can think of, Anne Bonny. Fair enough. And then I need to add you to the master sheet. There we go. Right, I don't think she can move on the turn she's recruited, so we will proceed forward. Sandy the Squirrel? Maybe not. I mean, if you were sponsoring an officer or a hero, you could call them Sandy the Squirrel if you wanted to. Tomorrow is indeed Mandate of Heaven release, Simatech, and we will be doing day 1 of our Cao Cao roleplay campaign. We've researched the salvaged arsenal. The best way to fell an empire is to use their own weapons and armor against them. Excellent. Na, 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 na. I'm gonna get command crews, I think. Leadership for zombie pirate deckhand mobs. A place for everyone, and everyone in their place. What's that from? A place for everything and everything in its place. I feel like it's a very posh English lady, like Nanny McPhee or Mary Poppins or something. Feels woefully out of place here. Right, Ryan. Anne Bonny is now able to move. So, the way heroes work in Warhammer Ryan, you can attach to an army if there's space and you will perform this embed hero action. You give a constant local effect for whichever province you're in, and you can target settlements, heroes or enemy armies to do a specific action, which are all here. You can also, as the Vampire Coast, follow these clues and search for treasure, which heroes can do by using this button.
Reporting.
So what faction is this, Doomsday? This is the Pirates of Sartosa, Aranessa Saltspites faction. What mischief can I get up to at Lucini? Well, we've already established a pirate cove in Lucini, which is what this cool symbol here is. There's an enemy army at Lucini, apparently,
Sigma
under Leonardo Catraza, which has 15 out of 20 units. So you could attack the settlement, you could attack Leonardo's army. If Anne wants, she can replace Pete so he can keep hunting for enemy heroes. Let's go see what I can get up to. What are you wanting to target, Ryan? The settlement or the army? Can you target the settlement while the army's in it? Maybe not. You may not be able to target the settlement if there's an army in it. Doesn't look like you can. So I think the only thing you can do is assault Leonardo's units, which will do damage to them if it's successful. Let's go piss him off.
Be charmed for your treasure.
Anne Bonny is on the way.
I have failed.
She failed to assault the enemy units.
They shall pay! I'll
How
have
are we
them
doing up here? 2 turns until they start
for
taking
war and
damage.
plunder. The Sea Father calls.
I'm not liking this, to be honest, because Leonardo's army is going to be on its way soon enough.
By Sigma, no!
We'll see what happens, though. Imhotep thinks we should secure the surrounding areas of Sartosa. I mean, we're sort of doing that. Are we not? Leonardo now has 19 units in his army. That's Son's character, we'll skip that. Right, Ryan.
On
Anne
deck.
Bonny gets to do something else. What do we want to do? You want to try again? Let's try stab him again.
Hide and cower.
Success! And she's leveled up to level 2. So Ryan, you get to pick your first skill. These ones at the bottom, the blue ones, this one basically improves your chance of doing any action, and these ones are all the stuff that we saw, like the constant local effect and joining an army and the actions against enemy settlements and enemy armies and enemy heroes. And then these up here are more like your, if it's yellow it's more like a personal in-battle thing. If it's red, it's more like a an army in-battle thing, but I don't think you'll have any red ones as a captain. So what you've got are the choice of boosting your replenished troops if you're embedded in the army, spreading public order in your local area, establishing pirate coves, which basically makes doing it cheaper, wounding enemy heroes, assaulting enemy units, improving your success chance for all of that. Or you can get Monkey Jacket, which gives you a plus 5% ward save, which basically a ward save reduces any damage by that amount. Spiteful Shot is a missile attack. Doesn't look... Oh, it does magical damage. Yeah, it looks like it's a missile attack. Let's go for assault units. Anne Bonny will haunt the dreams of men for centuries to come. Alright, let's stick that on the assault units.
Rise to battle.
The winds of magic have changed. The fickle winds of magic spill from the realm of chaos and flow across the world. The winds wax and wane in an incomprehensible fashion, at times blowing a gale while in other places becalmed. Now the arcane currents have changed once again. The stronger the winds are blowing in a region, the faster they will replenish in battles fought there, and vice versa. This affects how many spells can be cast over the course of a battle. Alright. Let's plough on a little bit more and see if we can get Miragliano besieged. You can actually rename settlements in this game as well. Why are we slowly zooming out here? I think renaming settlements is something that
Like the tide.
we will bestow upon people as like an honour. So Tilea are offering a peace deal. It's a very plain peace deal. What do we think? I remember on the first Total War Warhammer it was a nightmare once you got a few turns in, as it'd take 5 minutes each time you pressed end turn. Yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. Ryan says no to peace. Imotech, maybe we could only occupy coastal cities. We can definitely go for that. That feels very roleplay. I vaguely recall that agent actions will impede the movements of armies if successful. Different agents do different things, Ryan. So, like, your vampire captain is the assault units one. There might be a different one that impedes their movement and stuff. Make them pay for it handsomely. Do we want to try and... do we want to see if we can drag a bunch of money out of them? Or do we just want to say no if they're not offering any? 3k gold, if not, he deserves death. Imotech's putting 3k gold on the table, guys. What do the rest of us think? We can drag a bunch of money out of them at the point of a sword. That is true. I'm thinking that everybody's saying no. I'm going to say no. Mike says 2k at the very least. Oh, maybe we should have tried to do a bit of negotiating then, but my only worry is if he'd have accepted and paid the ransom, so to speak, that we'd have had nowhere to go. It looks as if Pete the Wanderer, our horrific Mongol haunter, has gained a rank, Mike. What would you like to do? You have... you can't do spread corruption or assassinate. They're both locked off till rank 10, I think. Yep. You can upgrade damage buildings, scavenge, hinder replenishment, or your specialist thing. Or you've got several in battle things. Haunter of the Dark is missile resistance. Killing Cold is missile or melee defense and frostbite attacks. Monkey Jacket for ward save. Insatiable Hunger for a bonus against infantry. Materialize for extra hit points, weapon strength, and lowers enemy winds of magic. Or Everness for extra winds of magic on our side and physical resistance. Lots of choices there. It really depends on what you sort of want your character to do. One of the things that I always found when I was playing Warhammer single player is, like, you could have two, for instance, Mongol Haunters, and one of them be spec'd, basically, to do something completely different to the other one. Which is what I find interesting about doing a sponsor an officer, or sponsor a lord or hero campaign with you guys on Warhammer, is like, how you spec these heroes is totally up to you. Let's go for Materialize, I think is how it's spelled. Only if you are from the colonies. From neath the swirling mists of the Morn... Oh, I fucked that up. From neath the swirling mist the Morngul rises, bringing a terrible icy death in its dreadful wake.
Salt and blood.
Salt and blood. Oh, Leonardo's on the water.
Blood
And Ryan,
toil.
apparently Anne Bonny has leveled up to level 3.
Has the truth.
So you get to pick another one. You can't pick assault units level 2 until rank 5. What would you like to do for Anne Bonny? Spiteful Shot. Sheer undiluted spite sharpens the dead eye further. Excellent. And what would you like Anne Bonny to do? I figured out why you can't do anything with the town of Lucchini, Ryan. It's because your town ability is to establish a pirate cove, and there's already one there. That's why you can't do anything with it. Can I attack him on the sea?
Never.
There's your answer. And also a very expensive individual model, £40 for one Mourngul. Is that in like the tabletop Imhotep? The winds of magic have changed again, apparently. In tabletop, yes, yes. We may need to siege this turn or have to fight two armies again. Yeah, you might be right, Mike.
Attack! Bloody your cutlasses!
The thing is, they start taking damage after this turn.
No.
And he cannot make it there in one turn. So I think we can wait at least one more. Is there space in the army? No. We're at 20 units out of 20, I think. Oh no, we're not. We're at 18 out of 20. When the hell? Oh, because of the bloated corpses.
Buccaneer of the dead.
We can certainly get you close, Ryan. Yeah, let's go on a walk.
On land.
And Bonnie sprinting up to join Aranessa, the daughter of Manan. Could we not raise dead, bloated corpses? Yes, we can. That's a really good suggestion, Imhotep.
Salt and blood.
Do we...
We fight!
Yeah, you know what? We'll raise two. Because I don't... No, we'll raise one. We can always raise a second next turn if we can't get Anne Bonnie in. No, Pete doesn't have to leave. That's the wrong button. Alright, let's push forward. Turn 34. He's actually gone back to Lucchini as well, so we didn't need to panic. Sometimes you've just got to keep your nerve. Technology researched command crews. Winds of Magic have changed again, and Sartosa has population surplus, which is still not enough. 20 more turns before we can make it a pirate lair. Now, can you join an army that is besieging? It looks like you might be able to. Given it's a Total War game, pun intended, that bloated corpse looks like an absolute unit. They're pretty special. We did something spectacular with 3 bloated corpses the other in day 1. Maybe he was trying to get away from Anne. Maybe he was. Ryan, I think Anne can join Aranessa at the siege if she wants to. Or she can choose to go elsewhere.
Get them!
Kill or be
Yeah, I'll
killed.
join up. So you're going to be automatically boosting casualty replenishment in this army.
The blood kiss for more crew.
Excellent. We now need to pick more research. Dominion over mortals. Extra public order can't be bad. The small folk will obey if they wish to live. Alright. Slow going here, guys, I know, but I feel like we're getting Miragliano on the back foot now. Plus, it's a roleplay campaign, you know? We could spend feckin' hundreds of turns just doing, like, raiding along the sea. We seem to be making plenty of cash. Or at least we've got plenty of cash, we're not making massive amounts. Beastmen raids. The herds of chaos are active. The beastmen emerge from the forests and raid your more isolated settlements, bringing ruin and taking captives. Buildings have been damaged, apparently. Where? In Sartosa? Oh god, yeah, all of them. Goddamn beastmen.
Crew, to war! Make them fish food!
Alright, how are we looking
They
here
shall
now?
pay!
They are taking massive casualties.
Curse them!
To be honest, I reckon if we wait one more turn, they're going to be done. What do we reckon, guys?
I'll have them!
Do we attack them now, or do we wait one more turn and let them take a bit more damage?
The Sea Father calls. His daughter answers.
How long is it until we can... Ooh. Vampiric corruption is dropping drastically. Chaotic corruption is increasing. That'll be because of the beastmen that are down there somewhere. Might need to try deal with them. They all end up in the dark depths one way or the other. That's a proper vampire captain answer there, Ryan. And Bonnie. Oh, Leonardo's popped himself back on the ocean again. Not sure what he's hoping to achieve. There go the beastmen, thank God. Maybe they'll stop causing us problems now.
The tides rise. To battle!
Yes, we know.
Ah! Bring the storm!
Yeah, that's an easy auto-resolve now.
Salt and blood.
We did lose Massive Marty, but those things explode as soon as they get in combat, so that's not a problem. What do we want to do with Miragliano, guys? Imhotep saying occupy it. What does a pirate cove do, Ryan? It basically gives you a building in somebody else's settlement. So for us, establishing a pirate cove would leave Miragliano in Tilea's hands, but it gives us a building in their settlement that basically you can't build in your own. And you've got like 4 options, I think, of what to build. Cove is good but bad. But coves are basically Skaven underseas. Mike's saying occupy, Ryan's saying occupy. It looks to me like we're taking Miragliano.
We're here now.
Or pirate cove it and occupy the other
Claim it
one,
for
says
the
Mike.
Sea Father. Sack it, then hold it.
I actually like that idea. Just in terms of
We're
roleplay,
here
it feels
now.
weird to leave Tilea with the smaller town and then we take this massive one. Like, we're supposed to be vampire pirates. I'm tempted to establish a pirate cove and then go and capture Lucini. That works for Ryan. You know what? Let's establish a pirate cove here and we'll go and take Lucini
And
instead.
claim it for the Sea Father, the true pirate of the great ocean.
And Bonnie has gained a follower, a Sartosan Maprite.
We return to
Someone with
Sartosa
lifelong,
as
intimate
legends.
knowledge of the seas and coasts, and a little artistic flair, can prove most useful. Excellent. Mission issued. The Riddles of Renald. Find the hidden treasure by solving the treasure map's riddle. Do not look upon sorrowful gods, for where Isha's tears fall and swell, the secret you seek shall reside. Okie doke. Right, number 1. It looks like everybody leveled up, so let me do Aranessa. Recruitment cost already done up. Freebooter. Yeah. If it's not tacked down, this one will have it, and kill anyone who gets in their way. And Mike, Pete the Wanderer, has also leveled up. Where would you like to put Pete's next skill? Nothing new from last time. Bretonia's Lake, Imhotep. Do you think that's where the tears of Isha swell? Yeah, could be. We'll see. It does give you a bit more of a general idea when you actually look at it. But we'll see if you're right. It could be Bretonia's Lake. We'll go the killing... The killing cold. Oh, right, of course. Run true, for the frozen terror cometh. The Mourngul radiates a deathly chill that slows enemies, allowing it to go in for the kill. Nice. And Ryan and Bonnie has also leveled up again to level 4. And now that you've got one spiteful shot, you've also unlocked some additional stuff here. Kiss of the Deep, which causes damage to combatants. It's a constant area hex around you, by the looks of it. So basically anybody around you gets hurt, by the looks of it. Tide Call, which is a breath attack of magical properties. Denizens of the Deep, which is summons a unit of rotting Prometheans. Or Fog of the Damned, which is a hex on the area that lowers enemy leadership and melee attack. And then you've also got all the other stuff as well. Which one would Anne Bonny like? Kiss of the Deep. No matter how far away, none can escape the kiss of the deep, nor breathe again with lungs full of seawater. Excellent. Right. We will also need to decide what Pirate Cove building we're going to build. Don't forget we have the 4 options. We've got the Pirate's Rest, which you can see what it does there. It actually increases hero capacity for Mongol Haunters and Gunnery Wights. So Ryan, if you were looking to switch, we could get a Pirate's Rest. Corrupted Tavern spreads vampiric corruption. And then the other options are the Picaroon's Hideout, which is money by the looks of it. Well, money based off of what the settlement makes for the enemy. We get half. And then Smuggler's Cove, which generates a bit of money for us and a bit of research rate, but, you know, basically this is the money option for small settlements. That's the money option for enemy settlements that make lots of money. Imhotep saying a corrupted tavern. So Imhotep's wanting to spread some vampiric corruption. Ryan would go for the research one, which is the Smuggler's Cove, which I believe is what we've got in Lucini as well.
We return to Sartosa as legends.
bit split down the middle here. Mike could say the tavern or the one next to it. So that's going to be either the Corrupted Tavern or the Pirate's Rest. Ryan, were you wanting to switch hero class, or were you happy to stick with Anne Bonny? Oh, Mike's saying never mind Smuggler's Cove. That would be 2 for Smuggler's Cove then, so let's get Smuggler's Cove in there.
My ship.
Right. Excellent. Got 18 turns until that grows. We know about that. That's going to be the end of that turn. No, we are stuck because we attacked, Ryan. Well, we do take attrition if there isn't high enough corruption, and also enemies take attrition in high corruption. That is true. Leonardo Catraza has arrived at Miragliano, and apparently Refugio Amaro has jumped out of his army. But Pete spreads corruption. If we're worried about it, we can send him ahead. Aha! Pirate Haven! A rival band of pirates have requested access to some of our coves and are willing to pay for it. Should we allow them to shelter in our territory, or kill them and liberate the loot they're currently carrying? What do we think? Accepting the offer gives us 20% extra income from Smuggler's Cove buildings for 15 turns. Or we can just take 3,000 gold. Ryan's saying accept it. Imhotep's saying to take the money. Somebody's going to need to break the tie. Mike saying accept as well. We'll accept their offer. Right, Ryan said I'm going to go and try and upset that army some more.
Saltspite.
So is Anne Bonny detaching from the army, Ryan, and attacking Leonardo Catraza? She is. She failed.
Ready to swordfish.
Refugio Amaro is also running around out there. Mike, is Pete coming with Aranessa? Because obviously we're going to withdraw back down south. Or is he hopping out to try and eat Refugio's soul again? When will there be an option where I am not outnumbered by vote for once? I mean, sometimes you're not outnumbered. I think you just think very differently to most other people, Imhotep. He will go after Refugio. Pete the Wanderer. Gonna target Refugio Amaro. Well, you successfully wounded him. You didn't assassinate him, but you've definitely hurt him. And now Aranessa is going to leg it.
Land ho!
That's definitely going to be the end of the turn. The coves are keeping Talea alive. If we occupy, there is no threat to the capital, and we always have people like the Empire and Clan Scryer to cove up. Yeah, that's true. But, you know, oh my god, they've got an entire army of spearmen. That is hideous. More souls for the depths. Amanar attacks. Wrecker's Point. Amanar stirs. A coastal region has suffered widespread damage after the beast rose from the deeps and left a devastating trail of destruction. Wax and wane. As the great vortex vacillates on its axis, the winds of magic fluctuate distressingly, eliciting wild-eyed portents of doom from hedge wizards throughout your empire. The troops are cowed by these omens, and leadership has decreased faction-wide. I feel like that shouldn't affect vampire factions, to be completely honest, because zombies don't exactly think for themselves.
Fear the pirate queen!
We'll head down to our territory for a bit of replenishment. I think the border is right there, actually. It is. We are replenishing. Hell's that? Oh, okay.
Smell their
Wait, what?
dread.
Interesting. Oh, Aranessa can upgrade her flagship. I didn't actually realise that. I think there's an army helicopter coming over our house, guys. Apologies if you hear that. Yeah, we'll get a sky sail. All the bigger ships fly a sky sail in light winds to maintain or gently increase speed. Why not? And how are we looking here? We've got a couple of Sartosa Free Company, some zombie pirate deckhands, deck gunners, gunnery mobs. We can actually recruit quite a bit. We can even recruit a carronade. Well, we definitely need one of them.
They'll feel my lash.
In fact, I'm tempted to get two of them. What do we reckon, guys? 2 carronades? Which are cannons. What's the faction goal to win, Imotech? I mean, I'm not really focusing on faction goals or anything like that. The way I see it is we're just going to roleplay as possible. If we happen to end up conquering the world, then hooray. And basically we'll just keep roleplaying it until people go, yeah, let's move on to somebody else. Mortars are better against the human factions, if I remember correctly. They don't have too many large units. Oh, that's a fair point. I've never even noticed that. Should we get a mortar team then? Imhotep saying 1 carronade and 1 mortar as well. Can we get any more bloated corpses? We can, but we're starting to run out of room for them in the army. We can't actually recruit them from here. But if we raise dead, I'm sure we can. Yeah, we can. However, there's only 1 spot left in the army now. I doubt Pete can get all the way down there this turn, Mike, but he may well be able to join before Aranessa attacks Lucchini. Anne is going to attack Leonardo's army again.
We come for your treasure.
And has failed. However, she did rank up. So Ryan, once again. What would you like for Anne Bonny's newest skill? Specialist. Excellent. And then Mike, are we taking Pete down towards Aranessa's army, or...? Sergeant Syphilis reporting, sir! Son, we have a skill upgrade we've been saving for Sergeant Syphilis. We'll jump back on that in a second. If you'd rather have the unit, Pete will keep wandering. If you'd rather have Pete, he'll join. It's genuinely up to you, mate. All I'll probably fill that with is a bloated corpse, which, as much as they are good for stuff with mortars and carronades coming in, you know, we're going to do a lot of damage to enemy infantry anyway, so it's completely your choice. If you'd rather have him in the army, I'd rather have him in the army. If you'd rather have him running around the map doing map stuff, I'd rather have him running around the map doing map stuff. For someone called the Wanderer, you aren't doing a lot of wandering. I mean, he was initially called something else, wasn't he? Tell you what, we'll do Son's level up whilst whilst Mike thinks about what he wants to do. Son, you've got a shitload of skills able to choose, mate. And 2 skill points, actually, not 1. Pete will join. Pete the not-so-wanderer. Oh dear. 2 skill points for Sergeant Syphilis. Need to see the second line of skills. So you've got Black Powder, which is missile damage increase. I assume just for you, because it doesn't say anything else. Powder Monkey, reload time reduction. Blunderbuss, which gives you a blunderbuss shot ammunition. Basically you get more ammo, but your range is reduced by the looks of that. And Gun Sight, which increases your range and your armor piercing missile damage. Training, if I can up that, then Gun Sight. You can indeed get the 3rd level of training, so we'll get that. This champion extols discipline and fear away from the battlefield as much as on it. And then Gun Sight. A clever arrangement of lenses makes the target seem just that bit closer. There we go, that's Sergeant Syphilis upgraded. And we are holding position. Mike said Pete's going to come down to join. Look at him go. Horrible creature. Yo, when do I get a hero named after me, Tyler? Heroes and lords are a Wolfpack only thing. You can name a regiment as a follower. And there's a few people that have already named regiments. I'm the worst pirate you've ever heard of. Well, you've got 11 days. Well, then I'm guessing in 11 days? I've never heard of you. You are without doubt the worst pirate I've never heard of.
Our infamy grows.
Right, how's Aranessa looking? She's almost completely replenished. We are, however, still recruiting that carronade, so I think Pete's going to have to join Aranessa, and Aranessa's going to need to stay still for another turn.
Crew, to me!
Ryan, we've got Anne up
Get me
at
dead.
Miragliano. Going to try and consume some more spearmen
Smell
from
that
Leonardo's
breath.
army.
Hide and cower.
Get in there and see if she can do it. She critically failed, which means she was wounded as she tried to do it, which in turn puts her off the campaign map for a few turns, Ryan. Worth it. Right. I think Leonardo is on his way towards Aranessa, so we may end up with a battle here.
My anger rises like the tide.
Oh, he wants
Don't
to negotiate
test it.
again. He's willing to pay 300 gold for peace. What do we think, fellow pirates of Sartosa? Imhotep says no. Ryan says nah, the deep screams for their souls. Tyler, yeah, battle against the 20 stack of unshielded spearmen, riveting stuff. It doesn't have to be riveting, it could just be, you know, glorious. Think we're saying no, Leo? We need at least 2k. Until both settlements are ours and occupied, Talia will have no peace. Imhotep making bold declarations. Dominion over mortals. Unlocked, Carronade has been recruited, and Pete the Wanderer has gained another rank. Mike, would you care to pick another skill for Pete? Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. I mean, our guys are already dead, so does that really count? Glory, glory, at the bottom of the sea you lie. God, I'm still annoyed they made her a part of the Vampire Coast instead of just doing like 4 separate pirate factions, but no! Oh dear. We'll go for replenishment hinder. Sorry, so you seriously delayed stream. No worries, Mike. Hinder replenishment. Maybe try doing a refresh. I'm not sure why it's being weird, but... Right, he's got a shit ton of spearmen. And the settlement has 12 units. So there's 32 units in total. research. Foreign architects. Lower upkeep for mortars, carronades, deck gunners and Queen Bess. Well, given that we've just recruited mortars and carronades, that might not be a bad idea. Leaving residue inside a cannon between battles is a surefire way of blowing yourselves up. A good maintenance schedule guards against this. Right. I am not supremely confident in our ability to defeat two massive armies, to be perfectly honest. However, we could raid their land and draw Leonardo out.
Bring me their treasures.
Which we will do. And we're on turn 40, so I'm going to drop a save here. Right, did that actually work? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Sergeant Syphilis should be making sure no one is neglecting their weapons. I think that's what he is doing. Well, they can turtle if they want to, Tyler. We'll see what they do.
Not likely.
Apparently he's got rid of 4 of his units. I'm guessing they can't afford them.
I refuse.
I refuse.
Sartosa's most infamous.
Son saying get stuck in. (16 plus 12) would give them 28. Can we make 8 units worth of difference? Probably. Let's do it.
Make them fish food. Show no mercy.
We're definitely going to encircle them. And Ryan, oh no, Anne Bonny's still not back on the map, is she? Because she was reckless. Refugio Amaro on his way back down south. That man just runs around in the wilderness like trying to find monsters and keeps getting attacked by the same one. An ocean of opportunities. Conversations with several captured admirals have brought information to light regarding several potential targets. We'll only have time to strike one, however, so must choose wisely. Which convoy should we attack? Interesting. Imhotep, free the slaves.
For war and
Son, I
plunder.
think Son's just having some kind of moment over the Dark Elves, to be honest. I've never even seen this before. I haven't played a lot of Vampire Coast in the past, but I've never seen one of these. Tyler agrees with Son. I'm not sure if they're agreeing on the mission or something else. But Mike says Dark Elves as well, so I guess we're going to go for the Dark Elf Slavers. Defeat the following Lord's army in battle. Ramon Dreadtongue. Where's he? Way up there. A convoy of Dark Elf slave ships are heading back to Slaver's Bay, laden with captives raided from Ulthuan's coasts. We should free them. Not for altruistic reasons, you understand, but because of their potential as fresh recruits to go on account with us and join the crew. Drowned, raised, and bound. They'll be worth more than a cutter fullest of gold sovereigns. Which basically gives us 12 turns of recruits getting +1 rank, gains 300 infamy and 6,000 treasury. But it's a long sail away.
Bloody your cutlasses.
Sergeant Syphilis has leveled up again.
See the fun.
Son, what skill are we going for this time? Clap the elven cheeks. Some weird stuff going on in this chat, man. Gun sight. Level 2. Cool. I think they're gonna fight us. Here comes Refugio. They did not fight us. Have you run into issues with ranged heroes and lords not firing on enemy lords or heroes even though they're perfectly in view? Not that I've noticed, but I haven't been looking. Alright.
Get them! Attack! I'll have my revenge!
I'm just going to keep them encircled for the time being. We'll let them make the next move. Is there a way to see how long you're wounded for? I doubt it'll be much longer, mate. I think there is, but I don't actually know how.
Crew, to war!
Salvage supplies! Our cargo hold has sprung a leak. Some of the booty has already been damaged and our weapons and armor are now at risk too. There is only so much space above deck, however, so which supplies should we try to save whilst the ship is being repaired? Oh dear. Salvage the weapons, we're already dead. Get the guns! Except for the 4 units of alive people. Yes. Save the fucking guns! I think we're salvaging the weapons, people. Certainly what Sergeant Syphilis and Anne Bonny want. Ryan, Anne Bonny is back.
Fleet captain reporting.
What does she wish to do? Do they really have 4 alive units? Oh yeah, you were right, there's 2 Sartos and Militia in there as well.
Salt and blood. We fight.
Can I hit either their lord or that hero? You can certainly hit the hero. I don't think you can hit the lord because he's being besieged. But you can hit Refugio and attempt to wound him. It is possible that you'll upset Pete though. Let's give it a stab. Heh, stab.
Time to devour.
Pete likes to try and eat Refugio's face regularly.
Plenty of plunder.
You succeeded in wounding him though, so that's him off the map for a little bit, and Anne has gained a rank.
Promising.
What would you like to learn, Anne Bonny? Specialist again. An expert in their craft, this hero knows all the mistakes that can be made and how best to avoid making them. Excellent. And we are just going to keep pinning him in until he decides to either fight or die. What's Lucky Charm do, Ryan? We'll check next time. Lucky Charm is 15% missile resistance. And you do actually have movement. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We never looked at where that new riddle was. It's actually over in Lustria. There's 2 riddles of Ronaldo over there now. And a riddle of Itzel. There's like 3 treasures over in Lustria. And 1 up in Norska.
They'll feel my lash.
What are you talking about, Tyler? Ryan?
Undead.
What does Anne Bonny wish to do? I don't think... Yeah, you doesn't look like you can attack the army whilst it's being encircled. Well, at least you're not the only one, Tyler. I will head towards Miragliano. Very well.
Get going, scum.
Let's keep rolling. Ashara's Fist. Welcome to the stream. We're surrounded. Damn shame to be a German. I love Patton. Or of course, we're paratroopers, we're meant to be surrounded. Clean Year Boars has been unlocked, the Bray herds come. Out of the forests they emerge, the horned beasts that stand upright in a vile parody of man. They are the cloven ones, the children of chaos, and they have come for us, to tear down our civilization. The war herds are migrating, and destroying anything in their path. Defend yourselves from the beastman's wrath. Pretty sure we're scarier than them, but sure. Ryan and Bonning. Guns are better than cows. You visited his grave in Luxembourg last weekend, Asara's Fist. That's amazing. I didn't actually realise that Patton's grave was in Luxembourg. I knew it was in Europe, I just didn't know where. That's so cool. Tyler, you're very pessimistic, mate.
Quivering
Let's
in
go
their
claim some
boots.
souls from Miragliano. Soul claiming.
Fear us. A sour.
Nope, no soul claiming. Research is now available. No. Wait, do they cost infamy? Oh, they do. Lord recruitment cost minus 75% before we've bought our first one. That sounds like a good investment. The Pirate Code. Yar! It's a code of conduct. Articles, if you will. Think of it as insurance, like. Why are they scouse? Think of it as insurance, like.
Infamy
Weird.
grows.
Strange people. Although, you know, Scousers do nick everything that's not nailed down, so maybe there is a similarity there. Apologies to any Scousers that happen to be around who don't steal things, but statistically speaking, you probably are one of the ones that do. Scousers are better Mancunians. Do you mean they're better than Mancunians, or that they're an upgraded version of Mancunians? Because I'm not sure either side would agree with the second one. Ha ha ha! Ryan! What actions would Anne Bonny like to take this turn? Are we just going to continue to harass poor Cecilio Mosconi? An upgraded rock is still a rock. Yeah, no, I have to agree with Imhotep. If you wrap a rock in metal, it is still more sturdy. I intend to haunt his waking life.
We come for your
And this
treasure.
time you succeeded. And leveled up.
Untrusted.
So, new skill for Anne Bonny, Ryan. They're going right for Skaven Blight. See what I mean? The absolute idiots. Assault units. Boff. Done. And we will see whether or not Leonardo will fight us. I've also visited MacArthur's grave in Virginia as well as Charles de Gaulle in France. Ashara's Fist, mate, you might be one of my, like, new favourite sort of people. I love that you've taken the time to visit those sites. I don't think I've ever been close enough to any of them. I have, however, seen Teddy Roosevelt Jr.'s grave. In Normandy. Now is the time for peace. I think not. You forgot your money. Tyler, the fact that something was really nice for you means I'm not even going to try and beat that. I'm just happy that you found something positive, mate.
Smell that rat.
Good job. Well done. Ryan, are we continuing to haunt Cecilio Mosconi? Sounds like a fucking mobster. Yeah, Mosconi's crew, see? Yes, of course we are.
Hide
And we are going to fail again. Visited Geronimo's grave in Oklahoma. Ashara's Fist! What famous military historical figure have you not visited the grave of?
Bring the storm!
Do or do not? Do or do not? There is no try. Hitler. Oh, okay, good. Glad we managed to get onto Hitler so quickly. And honestly, a little bit of a curveball that it wasn't Tyler that brought it up, but hooray. But I'm going to the Eagle's Nest this weekend. What the fuck is your job to do with military history? Or are you just like ridiculously wealthy and have an obsession with military history? What's happening? Oh, Refugio, where do you think you're going? Oh look, the Man-Blight tribe's dead. Now Tyler's never ever gonna stop telling us how bad the Beastmen are.
Blood and toil.
You can catch Refugio, I think, Ryan. I told you, bro! Then I'm going to go and try and stab him. Stabby stab! I don't know if Pete can leave the army, Mike. It's possible, but...
Give me another chance.
Anne failed again, but she leveled up.
As the cruisers.
She's a perfect example of if at first you don't succeed, you'll still get a consolation prize for trying. Wound. Such a champion will not bend or break, but slay in their lord's name. I'm in the US Army and I am stationed in Grafenwörth,
Infamy
Germany.
grows.
Interesting. Thank you for your service, mate. In my opinion, not worth doing it since he's embedded already. If he does attack you, the ghost thing will really help fight it out. The ghost thing. That ghost thing has a name, Tyler. Okay? It's called Pete. I love how you say I don't have the clearance / training to go to China. Like, I understand why it needs clearance, but do you need special training to arrive in China? Is it, like, really that bad flying into Beijing International Airport? Have I ever tried using chopsticks, Ryan? Fair point. Yes, I have. It went fucking terribly. Begrudgingly went to Hohenfels for a warfighter. Oh, you're an MLRS crewman. You and Son are gonna get on like a fucking house on fire. And the savage blow. Many conflicts are won or lost on the strength of the first vicious charge. Men are sent flying from the battlefield, often in pieces, even before the savagery of melee begins. A well-timed charge shatters enemy morale as well as bodies. Blood and sweat may coat the victors, but victory is always painted in colours such as these. Those at the head of the charge seek ever greater thrills, ever more bloodshed. As the battles become bigger, the body count grows higher, and the trickles of blood become ever-flowing rivers of red. And we get a charge bonus faction-wide for 10 turns for that. Which is just a thing by the looks of it. Ryan, instructions for Anne. It seems the Refugio has decided to go and spectate the encirclement of his liege. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab.
It's what I do. All ship shape.
Success! The child doesn't want to swear. Not fair, you goddamn set of bitch!
Stop to
buddy was doing Bradley shit and got stationed somewhere in Europe. Bradley shit, is that a fucking technical term? Flying into Beijing airport just to visit Cao Cao. And in reference to his training clearance to go to China, they are still a communist nation. And never really been our ally, so...
They'll feel
Yeah,
my
I suppose. I made light of the fact that you need to be trained, but I imagine there is actually like a course and training and stuff that you need to do for certain situations. So yeah, that makes sense. Alrighty, we are on turn 50. Let's drop another save. Which did work. And proceed. I don't think Leonardo can last much
Call me
longer.
mermaid. I dare you.
Bradley shit is a very technical term. Pete is a handsome fella. Don't think he is. Ikit Claw! Our old rat-faced fuck buddy from Clan Scryer has arrived again and wishes to... or wishes for us to pay for a trade agreement. I feel like we're not paying for it, Ikit. Imitek saying no, sod the rats, but what if we just don't have... if we don't pay for it? Would we do a trade? Unless they give us some fish and chips. Make him pay for the trade. Alright, we'll see if he'll pay for the trade. Payments. Demand. How about you pay us 300 instead of us paying you? Ashara's Fist saying, nah, forget the Ratas. No, I think they gain 70, Ryan. We gain 273 because we're the ones that have the most trade goods. They have fewer. For us, it's worth this side. Looks like we're set on them paying for it, but they don't want to. Kurt von Raukoff.
Show no mercy.
Right. Ryan
I hope
and
also
Bonnie
they'll
has
fall.
limited options.
Make them
And
fish
Mike,
food.
Pete has leveled up again. What would you like his skill to be? Vibe check. What? What's a vibe check? We're checking vibes? What are you talking about? Boomer confirmed. We'll go for corruption spread. Gonna be level 3 on that now. And how are we doing over here? They've pretty much attritioned themselves into oblivion by not wanting to fight us, so we're just gonna auto-resolve and finish them off.
Sack it.
Right. What do we want to do with Lucchini, guys? We already have a pirate cove here. Ryan saying occupy. Imhotep saying link permission yes yes. And also occupy. What's the link to? Given that the last thing you said was vibe check, I'm a little bit hesitant to agree. Son saying seize it. I think we are occupying Lucini at this time.
I claim it for the sea. Ready the swordfish.
We've gained an obsidian amulet. And another Sartosan map, right? And been issued a new mission, the Riddles of Ranald, another one. While the flora of the world is exquisite in its danger and beauty, it has always been the fauna that poses the greatest threat. Where's that one gonna be? Ulth1. Not exactly a lot of treasure around us, is there?
Master.
So yeah, we've now lost our Smuggler's Cove in Lucini because we've taken the settlement, but that's okay.
The Queen of Tides.
Son, Sergeant Syphilis has leveled up again. I just got an achievement called YAR! Which is for controlling the pirate city of Sartosa. I feel like we already were. Gun sight! Level 3. The Knights Who Say Chi. Hey! Ryan's gonna head north with Anne Bonny.
Pistols ready.
Pistols ready. Is that actually an achievement? Is it a 3k achievement? Aranessa has leveled up as well. So for her, we shall give Freebooter. And we're also going to give her a Sartosan map right as well. And it looks like she's already getting the obsidian amulet, so that's fine. Ha ha ha! Right, Lucini. I think we're going to focus primarily on getting defense buildings in Lucini because it's kind of now the gateway to Sartosa. So we'll get zombie watch posts. Slow on the uptake they might be, but zombies make effective guards once they smell the living approaching. Excellent. Let's get them on the go. Knights Who Say Chi recruit and maintain 7 Yoxia units. Huh. That's a pretty cool achievement name. I will grant you. Right, guys. We are now kind of entering, you know, beyond the mucking about at the start stage. Because we've taken Lucini. Tilea only have one more settlement. Do we take that as well? Where should we start to look to expand? Son says, fuck yes. Ashara's fist saying, take everything.
Salt water.
Very well. We shall take everything.
Our infamy grows.
Next turn. Take a page out of Rommel's book. Run them down. Mike says leave it as a cove. There's also another one that is pretty hard, I would say, for 3k. This is Total War. Win a campaign by declaring war on everyone as soon as you encounter them. Yeah, I've never managed to get that. Aminar attacks! Miragliano. Aminar stirs. A coastal region has suffered widespread damage after the beast rose from the deeps and left a devastating trail of destruction. So, Aranessa's goal here is basically to rid the seas of the competition. I think that's what I remember reading it as. So really, she's going to be less concerned with what's going on out here than she is with what's going on out here. And that kind of leads me to think that maybe we should recruit a vampire admiral to hold this territory. I mean, they don't have to hold, but like a vampire admiral who's going to be responsible for the home front, so that Aranessa can get out onto the sea and start wrecking people. Because that's what her father wants her to do. Ryan, we should secure this peninsula as a home port and then turn our attention to the sea. Sounds to me like Son wants to flatten Miragliano. Nobody's agreeing with you, Imatech. We came up with our own ideas that just happened to be similar to the one you had previously. Oh my god. Ashara's fist is talking to Son in a language that only they understand, guys. I'm just waiting for Son's response now. I think wiping out Tilea is on the books, isn't it? So let's have Aranessa start marching north. I want to go greet my friend in Miragliano with my knife.
Kill or be killed.
There's two of them in there. You can assault Cecilio Mosconi's units, or you can attempt to wound new Captain Montez Monti. Which would you rather do? I too enjoy a good missile barrage. Missile barrage! I'll go say hi to good old Cecilio.
Fear us. I have failed.
You have failed. But you still leveled up.
I trust them.
What would you like to level up, Ryan? What's bribery and kidnapping? They look new. Yes, I think deception might be as well. Deception is +8 melee attack and stalk attribute, which is that you can move hidden in any terrain. Kidnapping, replenish troops action, replenishment rate is increased by an additional 5%. Assault units action, additional 10% casualties inflicted, and you get a +5 bonus against infantry in battle. And bribery is enemy hero action success chance. So basically, if an enemy hero tries to take an action against you, they have 5% less chance of doing it, and you have 5% chance more of doing what you want to do. They're tightening up OPSEC, obviously. Bribery, says Ryan. If you're offering enough, most people will eventually start to see things your way.
Quivering in their boots.
And
Pirates
Mike,
life!
we can detach Pete from the army, but I don't think he can reach the settlement this turn. What?
Plunder!
Oof. Some of our deck gunners have reached rank 7. Let's go after their new captain, says Mike. Well, we'll see if we can reach him. Yep, didn't think you could reach him. Which will bring us nicely onto turn 53. Tyler voting to completely take over Tilia and do coves elsewhere. Fair enough. I think that's more or less what everybody seems to be moving towards. The pirate code has been researched.
Infamy grows.
We've also completed Lucini's zombie watch posts. Lucini! Alright.
On deck!
We've got Anne and Pete over here. Pete's the higher level, so I'm going to let Pete go first with what he wants to do. What is Pete's decision, Mike? Are you still wanting to try and nom the new captain's face? Creeping through the streets at night? He's going to take out the new hero. Critical success! Pete the Wanderer, our hero, has successfully assassinated Montez Monty. Which means he's gone permanently. And Pete has gained a rank. What would you like your new skill to be, Mike? How'd he taste? God, just devoured Montez Monty. Can you change your retinue name, Imatech? Yes, absolutely. You can even move it to a different unit if you want. I'll just rename the one that you move away from back to a normal unit name. Is there any cavalry units? Certainly not yet, and I don't think we actually get any cavalry? Assassinate. Excellent. Right, Ryan, it's now Anne Bonny's turn. There's definitely no zombies on horses. Why would you want to be Cav anyway? Spoken like a true infantryman. Assault units.
We come for your treasure.
Success! And you even gained a trait, Ryan. Hates men. And that doesn't mean the gender, it means, like, humans. Men are little more than plague-ridden dogs. Put them out of their misery. Causes fear when fighting against men. Because you've carried out successful hero actions against them. I saved the infantry's life. Yeah, alright, fair cop. Down with the patriarchy! Oh dear, this is getting dangerous.
I'm no mermaid. Bloody your cutlasses!
Aranessa's gonna sweep in.
The tides rise. To battle!
And we need to do some more research. Part of me can't be bothered to look at every single one of these. Wow, that's pretty powerful. Lord recruit rank +5. Oh, sod it, let's try and get that before we recruit a lord then. If you're still at sea centuries later and not dead or starving in a gibbet somewhere, chances are you're doing something right.
War and plunder!
Cav unit named the Flying Circus and a lord named Monty Python. I like you. I don't know if we really have Cav units in the Vampire
Have me on
Coast.
my ship and risk the wrath of Manan.
Ooh, Tilea are offering 2,400 gold to be left alone. They are basically dead if we don't agree to this, because they can't possibly beat us, and we're besieging their last settlement. Son says fuck 'em, Asharis Fist says no. One smug trap, welcome to the stream. I have never played Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. Let's just keep eating them, says Ryan. Imhotep says no, take the Munri. Absorb their pitiful souls. Yeah, I think we're just going to take them on. We're just going to kill them at this point. It's only 2.5 grand, Imhotep. We've got like 35. Mike said I'd take the money as well, but I think the majority was just kill them. Have I ever played Medieval Total War? Yes, I've played pretty much every Total War that's ever been released. Since the days of Shogun. Sartosa has a population surplus, which means we can upgrade it from a pirate holdout to a pirate lair. Far more than just a simple hideout. This place has genuine pirating potential. Off. Done. And also, Ryan, Anne Bonny has gained another rank. For what, I have no idea, but we're vampires, not savages. I got the game at second-hand store. I was wondering if you can guide me, but it's the earlier non-stream version, or non-Steam version. Is it Medieval 1 or Medieval 2? Ryan saying kidnapping. Such methods are blunt and crude in the extreme, but still very, very effective. Hold the phone a second. This up here, Ryan, would give you a rotting Promethean mount. So you would actually be on a rotting Promethean. And you've also got tenacity. But I'll do kidnapping if you want. I'm just pointing that out. Technically, Aranessa's a mutant, not a vampire. True, Tyler. And now he's set off again. I'll go for kidnapping. I can get crabs later.
Salt and blood. We fight!
Good lord, there's some fanaticism going on in the chat right now. We will continue the siege. Mike and Ryan, your characters are capable of moving. Is there anyone standing about outside I can eat? I don't believe so. I feel the warp overtaking me. It is a good pain. Identify your next target. It's Medieval 2, Smugtrap. Well, I mean, if it's your first ever Total War, my advice would be never ever ever build units ahead of building things that produce money, unless you have 0 units. As Rome 1 Total War taught me in a quote, the sinews of war are infinite money. You should always prioritize building buildings that produce money over building buildings that produce better units, because chances are if you don't do the first one, you're not going to be able to afford the better units even when you've built the building. Is it like Company of Heroes because I played that a lot back in 2004? No, not really. It's very different. You might learn a little bit about how Total War in general works just by watching the stream here. Warhammer's a very different game to Medieval 2, but the concepts of Total War still kind of apply. Can Pete assassinate the other hero? No, Ryan's correct. Well, my dear wandering not very far ghost and my dear wants to stab everything in the face captain, we have actually been told tales of 5 different bits of treasure out in the world. One of them is up in Norska, one of them is in Ulthuan, and 3 of them are over in Lustria. Now, would it perchance be too much to ask, as a pirate, for somebody to go dig up the fucking treasure? These highlighted messages are starting to make my brain hurt. Who's doing highlighted messages? I can't see on my chat whether they're doing highlighted messages. So you guys are just using those channel points. I can't even see that they're highlighted. They still appear, but they don't appear in any special way on my phone. It's Gamer Girl points. I don't feel like anybody in my channel's getting those. So Mike and Ryan, what are your plans? Sergeant Civilis is staying in the army. I thought he might, son.
Attack!
Guys, try not to upset the wolf pack, because that's going to upset me and then we're going to have issues. I'm all for a few quotey quotes, and you know, I don't mind people using highlighted messages, mostly because I can't even see it, but the all caps quote spam maybe needs to be finished up. have you played any Company of Heroes here yet? I have not, Smugtrap. I've not played Company of Heroes on stream before. I don't have it installed anymore. I do have it on Steam, but I don't have it installed. Mike seems to be going for the treasure in the highlighted lands. Yeah, I might play it. I've got, you know, there's a bunch of games that I'm already into, so I don't know if I'll get time for Company of Heroes as well at the minute. Mike, are we definitely going for the treasure in Ulth 1? Yeah. Cool. We'll just crack on with that. And then Ryan, where is Anne Bonny going to be going? I'll go for the ones in the southwest. So you're going to go over to the sweaty jungles of Lustria. But on the plus side, at least you guys get to leave port on your ships together and wave at each other as you leave the bay. Whoa! Shame we're not playing greenskins. Maybe someday. Pete and Anne as they sail past each other. Grimgore Rottinghide would be welcome. Good old Grimgore. No worries, Asara's Fist. Thank you very much for attending or stopping by. And, you know, I'm always down for some quotes, man. But when the chat's trying to get stuff done and there's people throwing a lot of those out really quickly, you know, I don't have any problem with it being a thing. But it shouldn't be the only thing happening in chat. Appreciate you stopping by, bud. Hope you have a good sleep and stay safe. And then let us know how the Eagle's Nest was as well when you get to pop over on there. I do got a Discord, Smugtrap. Ryan just dropped the command for you. So did Mike. But the bot doesn't seem to have done anything. Come on, bot. Why is that not doing anything? Alright, well that's annoying. 1 second then, I'll do a manual one. There you go, there's a manual invite. So is it just that command or is it all of them? It appears to be all of them. Excellent. Alright, well, I don't know what that's about, but it's not going to affect things right now. Oh, good lord. Boff and boff and boff and alright. There isn't any numbers, but I think that should still work. What on earth is happening? Ryan, can you drop an invite in the chat, please? I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, apparently my entire computer is just like, nope, we're not doing any of that stuff today. Yeah, I don't know who started that vibe, but there's a couple of people in here who Throg would consider his own species. And sometimes they set their own vibes going, which is fine most of the time. Don't worry about it though, mate, it's not a big deal. Right. Looks like we've got a predicament here, guys. Rotten timber reserves. The harsh weather has caused severe damage to our timber reserves, making it difficult to repair any combat-damaged ships at sea. We must now choose where to focus our remaining resources. Should our ships suffer, or our settlements? Tyler, I don't know what you're on about, like 90% of the time, but today it's been like 99%. Mike's saying support our fleet. Where's the main chat in server? It will be hashtag general chat. Or general conversation, whichever one it is. As someone that's out at sea, I feel my input would be biased, but what pirate lets their fleet fall into disrepair? I think that's the key point here, Ryan. Support our fleet. Ships have guns. Help guns. Okay, do. Pete and Anne continuing off on their honeymoon of undeath and glory. Although apparently Pete's ship is faster. Because he got further. And we will continue to besiege. Or... yes, we will continue to besiege. Every second on the high seas, a valuable gun gets splashed by that dirty, dirty salt water. What is he doing here? Excuse you? I mean, the greenskins kicked his head in, but still. The Ents are coming. The Ents are dying. Is there a friggin' Ent moot that we didn't realise got called or something? Greenskins. It's free lumber! I don't even know if Greenskins would call it lumber. That sounds like too long of a word for the Greenskins. Mortars are better than trees, we find. Hey, it's free real estate. There's probably a few people in my Discord that have played Medieval 2, yeah. Mike, Pete the Wanderer, who is finally wandering, has leveled up again. So I am wondering what you would like to skill him up at. You could probably find a few good guides on YouTube, bud. I can't think of anyone who does Medieval 2, but there's definitely really good YouTubers that do Total War and stuff. And again, a lot of the concepts carry over. Well, I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. Where pretty girls are, well, I roam from town to town. Mike's saying scavenge. How many axe handles you think we could make out of that there tree, boys? Lots. Scavenge. Right, and Pete is on his way to Ulthuan, so he's probably going to want to go that way.
Buccaneer of the dead.
I thought she said something else then. Anne is on her way to Lustria, so she probably wants to head
Sail away.
more that way. So they're finally gonna deviate ways just over the off the coast of Magrita and have to wave at each other as they sail apart. And Son, Sergeant Civilis, has also leveled up.
Middling.
What would you like for his next ability? Played most of my time playing Daggerfall on PC. Daggerfall is in the original Elder Scrolls game? Blacker powder? Extra missile damage? Anne caught up to Pete and Civilis really quickly rank-wise. Yeah, she did. Yeah, more gun. It's got a few secret ingredients. No, I won't tell you what they are, but the results will speak for themselves.
Salt and
Excellent.
blood. We fight!
Yeah, scene. Province surplus in Tilea doesn't really help us out, so boff! Son is literally an orc. Yeah, he is. No, but 40k orcs do, which is kind of the same mentality that Son displays. Hello. What are you doing? More Daka. Gentleman Jenkins. Alrighty. Pete is on his way to Ulthuan. Anne is definitely going to take longer to reach Lustria. How are we looking over here?
Bloody your cutlasses!
They're still not taking attrition.
The sea father calls.
Imotech's popping a lurk, and the bot still not working. Smug Trap, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. That actually came in about 10 minutes ago, but apparently everything on my machine is broken right now. Welcome to the doghouse, Smug Trap.
The tides rise. To battle!
Supplies adrift. The sight of wrecked ships is nothing new for a seasoned pirate, but this particular one heralds a welcome surprise. Packed to the keel with brand new weapons, armor and gunpowder, this ship's cargo hold is several times the size of our own. However, some supplies will have to be left behind. What should we loot from the ship? Son just screaming, "Good line! Good line!" Well, we know what Son thinks. What does everybody else think? While you guys bring that in, I think his spine will fall out if we don't give him a gun line. That's probably true. Yep, seems like everybody's going for gun line, except for Tyler who said armor, but outvoted. Gun line. And then
Fleet captain reporting. Astride the way.
and still heading towards Lustria. Pete heading towards Ulthuan. Right, let's try and get an idea of where your treasure is actually at, Pete. It just says in the middle. While the flora of the world is exquisite in its danger and beauty, it has always been the fauna that poses the greatest threat. You figure it out, Mike. You're the one who's going looking for it. Execute Order 66. Even Sarah coming in there to say gun line. I don't know if that was before or after she realised it was the one that Tyler didn't want. Oh god, the Broken Nose clan got some stacks going on there. Why you gotta be so rude? Pete the Wanderer has gained sea legs. That's ironic, he doesn't have any legs. If you can keep your lunch down whilst everyone around you is losing theirs, then the Navy is the place for you. Extra campaign movement range if you're in an army for that army, because you've spent multiple turns at sea. He's gained sea legs. They're not his legs, but he's got some. Oh, look. There's a high elf army off to your side. Right, you're going to have to, like, now that we're at Ulthuan, Mike, you're going to have to tell me whereabouts you want to be going. Are you wanting to make landfall on the southeast side? Are you wanting to try and sail into the middle? You're not an army, so don't worry about enemy armies, but enemy agents may still take action against you. Meanwhile, I think Anne's still got a couple more turns of crossing the ocean. You want to see the riddle again, Imatech? The one for Mike. While the flora of the world is exquisite in its danger and beauty, it has always been the fauna that poses the greatest threat. It's just fuck all in that, I don't know what it is. Let's go towards the middle. What are the sea corpses, Ryan? What do you mean the sea corpses? Oh, it's like there's different like little bits in the water that armies can come and like get treasure off of, basically. Yeah, treasure sites. Sartosa has completed its pirate lair.
Master.
Which means we can now get a dead pirate's workshop. What's been destroyed can be recreated. And unlocks hero recruitment for gunnery wights. Ooh. Yes, please. We can also upgrade our deckhand's boneyard into a tomb of first mates. Here, some of the greatest right-hand men in history are laid to rest. Temporarily, at least. We can also upgrade our cannonry shed to Black Powder Depot, which will get us some deck gunners. It's just good common sense to keep your powder somewhere else, preferably well away from your guns and the men. And we've even got a couple of extra slots that we can make use of now. We can get Smithy's Tavern, which generates income, public order, hero recruit rank. That's pretty good. An Imperial sailor discharged for his drunkenness and thievery. Smithy won the noisiest tavern in Sartosa in a game of dice. Excellent. He sounds like the perfect candidate that we would want to have kicking around. Right, we are going to have to figure out what we want to do with these last couple of spots. I'm going to want to save one for Dragon Tooth Lighthouse, I think, because that's a landmark building. So that's going to be that last one. So then the question becomes, what is it that we want? In Sartosa. I wouldn't mind being able to build Necrofex Colossus from there. So we'll keep the buildings that we've got, I think. Son's off. No worries, Son. Thank you for stopping by, mate. Appreciate it. Hopefully you will be here next Wednesday for day 3 of Aranessa. She's going to be settling into her Wednesday slot this week and next week. Thank you for stopping by, bud. Really appreciate your support. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's going to be day 1 of our release day Mandate of Heaven Cao Cao roleplay campaign. So, Mike, where is... Wait, has Pete already moved? Oh, we still on the turn where I moved him. Okay. Off in that case. No, Ryan, I'm not going to be doing Cao Cao regularly on Thursday. He's going to be Thursday tomorrow because it's launch day, and that makes sense. But he's going to be settling into his Mandate Monday slot on Monday next week, and that's where he will be from then on. Yes. Everything will be ending up one day a week. So it'll be Mondays will be Mandate Monday with Cao Cao campaign. Wednesdays will be Warhammer Wednesdays with Aranessa campaign. Thursdays, I'm still kind of umming and ahhing on what's settling where. But at some point we'll start the XCOM campaign, and we will also still have the Zhongjiang and continuing Song Gen campaign settling somewhere on Thursday and Friday, but I'm not sure which one yet. A plan of action. The night sky bleeds purple. The wind of Shyish is strong, instilling the crew with a newfound vigor and strength. Now is the time for action, for conquest, and for using these magical boon to our advantage. Should we control the seas or turn our attention to new lands? What do we reckon, guys? Ryan saying sea legs, which will be campaign movement range for all armies. And landlubber will be casualty replenishment rate. I feel like the roleplay choice here is to go with sea legs. We are, after all, the pirates of Sartosa. So I think we're going to go with Ryan. And then Anne is arriving at Lustria. And Mike, Pete is off the coast of Ulthuan. There is no... Oh, apparently you can actually zoom in on the area. That makes it a lot easier. So it looks to me like it's going to be kind of this northern inshore bit that you're going towards, Mike. So where would you like Pete the Wanderer to be going? We going through the sea, or are we going to land on the shore? I have a look at the riddles for my area? I think there's 2. There's 3, Ryan, but yes, you can. C, says Mike. So for your area, Ryan, we have the closest one, I believe, is this one. Do not look upon sorrowful gods, for where Isha's tears fall and swell, the secret you seek shall reside. Then the next one is, it's not X that marks the spot, but the scrolls etched by ancients long thought lost. And then the last one is, pierce the green mists, behold what arises from the canopy, and an ancient one shall greet you with a ruby eye. So it looks like your first one is kind of just inland to the west of Pox Marsh, where you are right now. Right, how are we looking down here?
Get them! I'll have them!
Are they taking attrition damage? They
the
are.
Sea Father call.
That's fine. We're on turn 60, so we'll drop a save. I will land near Poxmarsh and Poxmarch west towards the treasures. Very clever. Kirelia? Kirila. Not sure. Oh, there's Teclis. The Lawmaster himself. I did zoom in on Pete's Riddles Imatech. It's on the northern inshore of Ulthuan. Eve Scott.
Shall we cut a deal? Or shall I
Albrecht.
cut your throat?
Bordelot has declared war on us. Okay. They are joined by Carcassonne. Well, good for them, I guess. Don't think we really care. Guys, do we care if the Bretonians are declaring war on us? More souls for the Abyss. The Disappeared. I think we've read that once today, so we've got negative growth in Sartosa. I'm not going to read it again. So, Anne Bonny is going to make landfall at Poxmarsh.
Sail away.
She is now in the mythical land of Lustria. However, away to her north, sailing through the becalmed centre of Ulthuan, if you make an exception for the Maelstrom, is Pete the Wanderer and his pirate crew. Just had a heart attack. I'm at work listening to this on my headphones, and when I heard that whispering earlier, I thought something was behind me. Did you think Pete was behind you? That he'd maybe wandered into your work? We'll drop a end turn, that's the words.
Shall we cut a deal? Or shall
Clan
I cut
Scryer
your
are back.
throat?
They want a trade agreement. We actually make a lot of money from this trade agreement. What do we think, guys? Ryan saying, yeah, why not? Mike saying he'd accept it. It's looking like we're going to be accepting. A clever criminal puts their money into legitimate ventures. I don't know if trading with the Skaven could be considered a legitimate venture, but yeah, I get what you're saying. We'll accept. Ooh. Luther Harkon's got a vampire captain running around near you, Ryan. Leonardo Catraza. Did he just bail out of the settlement? Where are you going, Leo? What's he think he's going to achieve? Crazy Leo. Free real estate. Ernst Steinhoff. He's going to go and fight the Greenskins, and apparently he's going to win. We've researched Centuries in Command, and we've completed Smithy's Tavern as well in Sartosa. So, Mike, your riddle, Imhotep, we are going to zoom in on it again. This is where it won't get any lower than this, so it's roughly around here. It looks like it might be around the Gaian Vale, which would make a lot of sense, considering it's talking about flora and fauna. Wait, those are the mission elves? Who are? Who's the mission elves? You're a mission elf. Those ones that ran out and attacked the orcs? No, they weren't even elves, they were vampires. Calm yourself. Mike, where are you wanting to go? I'm not sure you can make landfall because of the cliffs. You land over here by the White Tower of Hoeth. Let's head around the left side and get on the beach. Left side of the Vale. I don't see a beach. You might be able to get in at this inlet, I suppose. Or there, that looks like. Oh yeah, you can definitely land there. So we heading over this way? Oh, there's a settlement here. Hello. Yes. We would just like to land, thank you. There we go. Creepy Pete is now on Ulthuan, where he definitely does not belong. Which brings us to Anne Bonny,
Kill or
vampire adventuress in the jungles of Lustria. What are we doing, Ryan? Oh, sorry, Mike, I went left then. Open the mission tab and zoom to the objective. I'm sure it said that... No, it didn't. But we'll look. I'll appease you. Yeah, they are north of Ulthuan right now. They're not even... They were on Ulthuan when they started. They're now north of it. Let's move up near the other hero.
Fleet captain reporting. Onwards.
You're gonna go and have a chit chat with Margaret Holloway.
Get the hands.
I think it did, but it's because they're a rebel faction, Ryan. Like, they don't always have, like... Or rather, they're a rebel uprising and not a proper faction, so it just takes them at the end. Don't really need that. Hero recruit rank wouldn't be terrible either. The converted. Outstanding veterans, seasoned and with common cause and purpose, are invaluable to the seafaring adventurer. Right, since Leo's decided to do one,
Make them fish food.
yep,
The
guessing that
tides
we can
rise.
conquer Miragliano. Miragliano is conquered.
Grab the
What do we
bloodline
want
and
to
go.
do with it, guys? Ryan screaming occupy! Anybody else got some input? I think we are going to occupy it anyway though, aren't we? Because that was the plan. We
Sack
will
it,
occupy.
then hold it.
Mike's saying sack. I don't know, we don't really
We're
need the
here
money to be
now.
fair. I think occupy was the original plan, so we're going to go with that.
Aranessa Saltspite.
Aranessa has gained a ruby ring of ruin, which grants a bound spell of a fireball. The province of Tilea has been secured. And we've got another mission issued. Another riddle of Renald. This mouth may lack tongue and lips, yet it shall never close, for it has a thirst that can rarely be quenched. That's got to be talking about a river. A rite unlocked. Curse of eternal service. Tales of crew who serve under undead pirate captains state that they were press-ganged to remain under the sway of their admiral, not just for decades, but forever. It is best, then, to embrace such fortune, for fate is rarely kind to deserters. This rite is now available to be performed. So, let's check that rite, first of all. Lords gain loyalty. Loyalty will not decline. Public order in all provinces. And the new riddle is actually towards Bretonia, by the looks of things.
See, father.
Also, Aranessa has leveled up. I'm gonna get her go on account. There's a time in every sailor's, life when the black flag seems like the best, if not the only, option. Be back in about 15-20 minutes, Mike. About to start driving home. I'm going to lose connection in case I don't make it back before you end. See everyone later, and I'll let you know how that game is. Excellent, Mike. Yeah, it probably will be finished by the time you get home, unfortunately. But thank you very much for hanging out, mate. I really do appreciate it. Have a safe trip home. And hopefully if we don't see you tomorrow for Cao Cao, or beforehand for anything else, we'll at least see you on Wednesday next week for day 3 of Aranessa. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate all your support. We'll leave Son's level up. Ship upgrade available, yes.
Fear the pirate queen.
So we can give Aranessa a sea cabin. Adjacent to the bridge, the sea cabin contains basic amenities, so the captain is never too far from the action. Why not? We'll get that. Ragliano could do with some repairs. Don't know if we actually want that. We probably need to start figuring out what we want to have built in these places. They've both got a port building. Neither of them have landmark buildings. And neither of them... Nope, that's not true. Miragliano has a resource building that we will want to make use of. Not too sure that we need a cannon building here, so we're going to demolish that and we'll get the resource building in there instead. That's improving public order, which is fine, and that's providing us some basic infantry recruitment, which is also fine. Oh yeah, and we have a commandment available. What's corruption looking like? It's going up to 66%. Not if we put bat swarms on the entire province, though. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, Ryan. But I think, for now, we can end the turn. We moved our agents, didn't we?
Avast!
Yes, we did.
Ready! On land!
Gorok. The feck are they? Salamander hunting pack. Nice. Good old Leo is now just going to bop around the sea, looking very sorry for himself, taking attrition, because he's got no home port. We've probably got
Your
about
prestige
15-ish
grows, my
minutes
lord.
left.
News of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
So we've completed Sartosa's Fiercest by occupying, looting, razing or sacking 4 different settlements. We completed 4 out of 5 bonus objectives. Talsin and Widrioth have confederated. And we've aborted the Dark Elf Slaver mission, apparently. I guess they got home. Chapter objective issued. Changing Tides. Aranessa continues to build her strength, seeking out her father's foes with merciless zeal. If she is to succeed in her task, however, she must show the world that she is building her own empire, with Sartosa at its center, a pirate empire. As Captain Saltspite leads her crew on further incursions, her strength and empire will grow, preparing her for Manan's even tougher enemies to come. Cool. How do we see the chapter objectives? Bonus objectives, there we go. Earn money from raiding, maintain 30 units, ensure that a horde of booty is built, have an income of 3,000, reach rank 10 with Aranessa. Okay. We didn't look at that stuff before, because I wasn't sure how to find it. And I actually forgot that the bonus objectives were a thing. Right, we're going to move Pete into here, I guess, because that's more or less where he's supposed to be. Ryan and Bonnie,
By hook or sword,
what's the plan?
they'll fall.
Can I have a nosy where the treasure is now the map is a bit more revealed? You can. So your nearest one is this one. That's where it puts the map. The riddle is: do not look upon sorrowful gods, for where Isha's tears fall and swell, the secret you seek shall reside. I have no idea what that means. But it looks to be sort of in this valley, I think. Let's just go west, south of that mountain.
Buccaneer of the dead. Journeying. Get going, scum.
Not sure what that is. You can try digging for treasure. If you're in the right place, you'll find it. If you're not, it will just give you nothing. West even. Waterfalls? Where? There's pools and stuff here. I'm not seeing waterfalls. Let's give it a try on the mountain. Okay, well, this line here is the border between two different provinces. I don't know if it's just whether you're in the right province or not, but certainly being in the wrong one will be a part of it. So do you want to dig on the east side of the line or the west side of the line? It basically stares like dead at this mountain. Well, the water would be falling into the pools. Tears is water, so I'd say we cross the border and try digging closer to the mountain. Let's try.
Onwards. Drown them.
You found it. We gained 1,000 gold. The deckhands were digging all through the night, till their rusty spades clanked against an old chest buried in the dirt. The treasure has been found. Top job, Brian. You found treasure. We're gonna hop on over to here.
Find treasure!
Gonna ignore that. And then at Miragliano, I definitely want the resource building.
Swordfish! Scales
And we'll
salt!
go grab the treasure on this mysterious island. The power that surrounds us. Mist clings to the ground and stubbornly refuses to shift even as your followers stride forth. They approach a place of ancient power. It is forbidding,
A pirate
but
queen
those who
needs
dare
us
to
well.
tread here may be rewarded. Or so the prophecy scrawled into the map states. We can get the power of rage or the power of prescience. What do you guys think? Looks like one of them is going to be... Oh, it doesn't tell us what they are, but one of them's a battle thing, while the other one's a campaign thing. Prescience, says Ryan. Think you might be the last one standing here, Ryan, so we're going to go with you. Trunk of Maps. Your exploration of the high seas has borne fruit, a bounty of maps to uncharted realms revealing more of the world. We gained a standard of discipline. Interesting. And some maply boons. There is another one down by Sartosa, so I think we'll just sail down
My
this way.
compass!
We've completed a bunch of stuff in Sartosa.
Master.
that'll bring us to turn 64. I think we'll get to turn 65 and then we'll end day 2. That'll have done 40 turns in one session. That's not bad. Lupio Sunscryer. Oh dear, Leonardo. It's very sad. Oh, is he gonna... I don't know what he thinks he's trying to achieve. It's not gonna work.
This is working out. Sartosa's most infamous. Navigating.
We'll get Aranessa on the move. And ignore that. And we'll jump over to Pete. I don't actually want to dig anywhere specific with Pete. I'm going to wait until Mike's here, so I'm happy to just have Pete chill out for a couple turns. But that brings us back to Anne Bonny the pirate, or the treasure sniffer.
Blood and toil.
Ryan, your next riddle is this one. It is not the X that marks the spot, but the scrolls etched by ancients long thought lost. Who owns that? The Cult of Sotek. They seem to have a problem with vampiric corruption going on. Or they did, it's passing now. Let's head northwest then.
Just so.
Over here. Looks good.
Time to move.
You've encountered Tlaxclan and the Hunts Marshal's expedition. Apparently. Alright. On to the last turn of the day. Those ruins outside the temple look like where I'm heading. Okido. Alariel the Radiant running around. Tehen Hoin. Refugio Amaro assaulted the garrison at Lucine. And then he attacked. Wow. Because he did so much damage, it makes such a difference.
Avast and draw your blades. There is only my will.
You know what? We don't actually need to improve the loyalty of the garrison. And 300 gold really isn't that much. I think for roleplay purposes, it's funnier if we assimilate the captives. Reinforcements have arrived!
Master.
Just in time for the end of the stream. Welcome, reinforcements.
There is only my will.
We're gonna assimilate Leonardo into the garrison at Lucine. And you know what? No. No. We are going to rename Lucini Katraz's Rest. Since he is now permanently, I'm going by the headcanon that he was one of the captives, not that he was killed in the battle. He is now permanently part of the garrison at Katraz's Rest. We've constructed a haunted mill at Miragliano, which is lovely.
Brine for blood! Catch those
Let's grab
winds.
this. Tribute to the
There,
sea gods.
The lovely brine.
Your followers have come upon 2 shipwrecks. Battle at sea pleases not just the gods of war, but the gods of the sea as well. Salvage from such a vicious battle is possible, but the sea gods demand their tribute, so only a quarter of the cargo should be taken. So we can either take Arabian arms or fell cargo. Shut up, Ryan. Cargo, says Ryan. Reinforcements. Get a decision in, mate. What do you think? Imhotep screaming arms from his lurk. I'm going to let reinforcements make this choice. He's saying Arabian arms, so that's what we're going with. 10 turns of increased AP damage, armor and weapon strength, and 1500 gold. During your adventure on the high seas, you salvaged heavy armor and an arsenal of weapons. Excellent.
Bring her
Let's
in.
return to Sartosa for a second.
The Queen of Tides.
We'll skip that.
Advance.
Ryan, where is Anne Bonny going to be searching? Your newest clue zooms here. You're pretty much in the middle of the screen. I know, Ryan. I don't disagree with your logic, but reinforcements only just turned up, so I'm going to let him make the call on that one. Let's cross the river and try digging.
On deck! Journeying! Time to call.
Treasure hunt failed. The hands put themselves to digging all day, but no treasure was found. It must be somewhere else. We've encountered Thagan's errantry as well. Hey. Right. You know what? I'm just gonna skip moving Pete, since this is the last turn we're gonna play today anyway, and I don't want to dig up the treasure without him. I don't know if it's there, but I don't want to try, in case it is. I am American, I'm inclined to build up more arms than currently necessary. Touché, sir. Touché. Alright guys, we are gonna do a save. And then I am gonna have a look and see if there's anybody that I can raid, because I like to pass on the love if we can. There's not really anybody I know that's currently playing Total War Warhammer. So we are going to raid. What do you fancy, guys? Mass Effect 1 or Transport Fever 2? Do. Anybody got a preference? I'm not seeing a preference, so I'm just going to go with one. And we will go with the one that will make you drop out once you start, so I'm not going to input. Fair enough, mate. We'll go with the one that will make the biggest difference then. We'll raid Nubius Nath, who is currently playing Mass Effect 1 and doing some Mass Effect and chill, apparently, whatever that is. I need to reassess where my hooligans overlay is going to be on Warhammer, I think. But for the time being, guys, have fun with Nath. I will be back tomorrow with day 1 of Mandate of Heaven on release day. Don't forget, I'm pretty sure if you do want to buy Total War 3 Kingdoms Mandate of Heaven DLC, I'm fairly sure it's still on sale on Steam for pre-order. So get that if you want it. I'm going to be playing day 1 of our Cao Cao roleplay campaign tomorrow, starting at 7 PM GMT. In the meantime, I'm going to send you over to Nath, and it's going to be from me, War Dog, out.